Joining us is Alex Gandler. He's a deputy spokesperson of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the government of Israel. Thank you so much for joining us, Alex. Let me begin by asking you about the situation on ground. Israel military officials have confirmed that they have targeted multiple Iranian airports across various regions and have indicated that further operations may follow, citing unspecified strategic goals within Iran. Can you shed light on what these broader objectives are and how long Israel is prepared to continue military operations?
Well, shalom, everyone. Hello from Jerusalem. Yes, we've been attacking multiple targets this morning, both Iranian airfields with attacking their combat aircraft, be it fixed wing or rotary wing aircraft. We've also attacked several infrastructures regarding Iranian's Islamic regime, specifically the Islamic regime. And you need to understand that all of our attacks are on, let's say, three fronts. One is the nuclear weapons development program. Of course, the second one is the ballistic missile program and the drone program that Iran is using against Israel. And the third one is Iranian regime, the Islamic regime, to be very precise, and that's how I want to mention them from now on. We're not attacking the Iranian people. What we are attacking is the Islamic regime that has been threatening Israel for decades now and culminated on October 7th, 2023, which led to this moment.
Right. Now, while there's satellite imagery that shows the kind of impact craters that has been seen over the Fordo nuclear facility following the U.S. airstrikes, IDF has confirmed there are fresh strikes at the same site. Are you targeting Fordo again because you believe that the U.S. bombing didn't achieve the intended objectives?
We are targeting Fordo, and we have targeted Fordo today in complementary means in order to prevent the Islamic regime from removing any fissile material or moving in trucks to remove equipment. Fordo is a very large site. You've seen the American bombardment of Fordo. Everyone who's watching this has seen that image with 6 holes in the ground. You're showing Natanz now. Fordo looks pretty similar. We're complementing those strikes with our own strikes. We're very thankful to the United States, and we think that together with the United States, many other countries understand what we're doing. At the end of the day, having a regime, an Islamic regime, fundamentalist regime, the one that it sits in Tehran, have nuclear weapons will bring the world to a more dangerous spot.
Right. Also, we have seen, Iranian military spokespersons referring to the U.S. president as a gambler, warning that while the war may have been initiated by United States, Iran intends to be the one to end it. How seriously does Israel take this kind of rhetoric, and how does it interpret Iran's strategic messaging?
You know, I'm looking for words, and I had a few sentences in mind, and I think I won't be diplomatic if I say them. I think Iranian was both sure of any kind of saying that they will finish, they will do, they will. Iranian's Air Force is gone. Military operations on the ground are non-existent. The only thing that they're doing is shooting rockets at Israel, which we are currently defeating with our aero system and our multi-layered defense systems. So Iran's threatening the world. I think we all should understand that if they had nuclear weapons, would we not have attacked on the 13th of this month? And Iran would have gained nuclear weapons. Those threats would have been very probable towards most of the world, not just Israel. We might have been gone first, but everyone else would have suffered as well. The Islamic regime is not a credible player. It is not a logical player on world stage. We're talking about a fundamentalist regime that at the end of the day sees the end of days and the coming of the 12th Imam. Please, I'm not going to explain everything about it, but I do encourage you to go online and check about what the Islamic regime means. If it had possessed nuclear weapons, we would be at a different place. what happened on the 13th and since is inevitable. And it's good that we were able to do it and helped by our American allies.
Right. Now, Iran's foreign minister's visit to Moscow for the high-level talks with President Putin in the aftermath of the recent strikes on its nuclear sites is pending, of course. And what's your reading of this diplomatic outreach to Russia? Are you concerned about any shifts in Moscow's posture, as reportedly President Putin has told Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi that the aggression against Iran is groundless?
Well, the aggression against Iran, or as they frame it, the preemptive attack against the gaining of nuclear weapons by Iran, I think in the world stage as a whole, and I'm looking at all partners talking about or to Iran as well, such as the E3, the Americans, the Russians, and so on. I think everyone understands that Iran was a maleficent force. There are conversations with Russia. You know, it's a way of to conduct a continuum of diplomacy, which they have tried to do for the past 20 years. They've been stalling and developing their nuclear weapons until they've reached a point where we understood that a few more weeks and we would have been dealing with something completely different. So we had to stop it.
Right. But, you know, we have now, you know, various countries coming out and talking. In fact, even we've seen a senior Russian security official come out to say that certain nations are willing to directly supply Iran with nuclear warheads. How does Israel, you know, assess that kind of claim that has been made? Because its implications are quite serious if that were to be true.
I have to be honest, I haven't heard that. Supplying Iran with nuclear weapons is terrible for everyone. Iran, especially at the moment where they are desperate, they are needy, and they're completely fundamentalist, nothing good will come out of it. Iran, the Islamic regime in Iran needs to lay down its weapons and surrender its nuclear program. This is what we're aiming at.
Right. But you have, apart from Iran, you have Russia and China as well, who are coming out to, you know, condemn these recent military actions as a breach of international law. So how does, in that sense, Israel legally justify the strikes on Iranian nuclear facilities, especially when it is going to assert that its nuclear program will continue?
Well, we will not allow its nuclear program to continue, that is for sure. I think we've made it quite clear in the last week and a half. Regarding Russia and China, I understand that they're having diplomatic talks with Iran. If at the end it will lead to the fact that Iran will disarm itself from nuclear weapons and the nuclear weapons program, we're up for it. Listen, Iran developed its nuclear program to a 60% proliferation rate. You don't need 60% for civilian purposes. Obviously, Iran was aiming at a nuclear weapon. I don't think anyone, including probably Russia and China, doesn't want a nuclear Iran. It's a different type of actor that will hurt the entirety, not of the region, but of the world. So we will continue to do what we need to do in order to stop Iran from achieving that.
Right. And also, very quickly, beyond the proxy groups that are aligned with Tehran, are there concerns within the Israeli security establishment that there are additional state actors that may formally align with Iran in the unfolding conflict, especially now that the U.S. has openly sided with Israel?
If I can ask you, in what sense? Are you talking about more proxies joining the fight?
Other countries, for instance, coming out and strongly supporting Iran now that U.S. has taken a position?
We haven't seen anything like that. So since October 7th, you've probably seen a dismantlement or a rearrangement of the Middle East, of the, or if I can call it, Western Asia. Completely realigned, beginning in, of course, Gaza, where Hamas is on its back heels, to Lebanon, Hezbollah was completely defeated, Syria, regime change. And now Iran. And you can see by the way their proxies are reacting, the ones that are left, be it Kataib Hezbollah in Iraq or be it the Houthis in Yemen. The way they are reacting, we haven't seen them react until now. I think they also understand that Iran, that was building this infrastructure of proxies and what they called a ring of fire around Israel, has now disappeared. The only things they have left to do is shoot long-range rockets at us, deplete that fleet of long-range rockets while we defend ourselves.
Right.
Our fighters, our fighter pilots are in the sky above Iran, destroying their launchers as we go. And, you know, they started with about 300 launchers. We're about 100 launchers left. They continue to shoot at Israel. We've seen it this morning. You've probably saw reports of Ashdod and other cities in Israel being fired upon, several hit. But we're depleting their resources as we go.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Alex Gandler, Israel Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesperson, for breaking that down for all of our viewers. Thank you so much indeed.
Thank you. Thank you very much.